All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show. Friday, August 11th, 2023. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Tony Gonzalez. How's it going?
I'm going pretty good. Not too bad.
Pretty good slate of games today. A lot of baseball games. Got some NFL preseason going on. Had a couple NFL preseason games going on, or last night. Seems like the whole world's already said that Stroud's going to be a bust after seeing him throw 4 passes. But
people, I don't know, man.
That kills me. Everybody's like, "Oh, this dude's going to be a bust." He threw an interception. Only threw like 4 passes. It's like he's on it's first time playing in the NFL. You only played like a couple series. How good? I mean, they got their offensive line has to get better. They got to protect them.
Yeah.
It's going to take some time. I think people forget. It ain't like the Peyton Manning came into the league and was a Hall of Famer his first season, or Tom Brady was just great.
People act like if he plays in
his first season,
if he wins 5 games, they're a bust. Like you said, Manning won 2 games. It was 2 or 3.
3
his first year. So people need to calm down. Well, just like I read a review on Richardson at practice. Oh, he looked great. He threw 4 or 5 touchdown this guy, touchdown this guy. I said, freaking practice, guys. Calm down. I mean, I'm glad that he looked good, but I mean, it don't mean a whole hell of a lot. It's freaking practice.
I'm sure if he don't look great tomorrow, everybody will be
the bust.
Be freaking out.
Before we can say guy's a bust, let's give it a couple years. Have to give him maybe 2 or 3 years, and then part of that's what kind of team they have around him. If Taylor's not there, I mean, a lot of people give the quarterback from Atlanta a hard time. He came in, and did he look very good? No, but what our offensive line was supposed to be one of the best offensive line. They sucked. Taylor was hurt. He didn't have the team he was supposed to have. So it wasn't all on him.
And then my favorite thing I've heard yesterday was them talking about how good Bryce Young's going to be this year because he has Frank Reich, the quarterback whisperer. Where the fuck was Frank Reich, the quarterback whisperer, with our last 4 or 5 quarterbacks?
Yeah. Well, if you don't have offensive line in front of you, you can whisper all you want. Get the hell knocked out of it.
Last time Frank Reich had great success with the quarterback was who? Nick Foles in Philadelphia. Wins in Philadelphia. But not with the Colts. I mean,
no, not at all. Well, Wentz wasn't terrible.
They went to that last game, and then but they were terrible. But yeah, I wasn't all wins. I'm just saying, it's like with players, we want to call them a bust real quick, but coaches will give them 10, 15 chances and he's still a quarterback whisperer. It's like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? We don't give the players a chance. They play one bad game, people want to call them a
Well,
buzz.
it's a fine line. I mean, who knows? I mean, everybody's saying Wentz is no good. What if he goes out there and lights it up this year? Whoever thought Geno Smith was going to do what he did? Nobody. Nobody predicted that.
No.
So you just don't know. You don't know if you get in the right situation, the right place at the right time. Now, like you guys talked earlier on the afternoon blitz, Geno Smith, it's a whole different situation now.
Has expectations now.
Yep.
That's what that was my point on it. Was I want to see what he looks like now that there's expectations.
And don't get me wrong, I hope he's successful. I'd love to see him do it.
Yeah, I'm not rooting against him. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but yeah,
it's different.
It's different.
It's different because there is expectations. Last time we saw him with the expectations was with the Jets, and it didn't work out. And I'm not saying that was all his fault because the Jets haven't been a great franchise.
No, they haven't developed anything.
So I mean,
quarterback position.
So I'm not saying that it was all Geno's fault, but now this year there's more expectations on him because of what he done last year. Can he? And I think he'll have a good year because they got a lot of weapons around him that I think have been building a pretty good team around him. So.
Well, same thing, with Fields. I mean, see what Fields does this year, but with Chicago. But I have to give Chicago credit; they've done everything they can to try to give him some weapons and build around him. So if he don't do well this year, they can't say that Chicago hasn't.
They didn't try.
Didn't try.
Yeah, because they're definitely got better weapons around them this year than last year.
Yes. Now I don't know a lot about the offensive line.
That's going to be the key. Last year, he was running for his life a lot.
Now I would think the plan for the Colts is to be a running team, correct?
Yeah. Well, I would say that was the plan, but.
Well, I mean, I don't know if they're going to get Kareem Hunt signed, but.
Well, what's going to happen with Jonathan Taylor? You know what I mean?
Yep.
I agree with you. That was the plan. I think that is the plan. I think our offense is the plan is to look a lot like what the Eagles' offense.
That's what I assume.
Looked like last year. But what are you going to do now that?
Well, the one running back they've already signed is I can't think of his name right now, Chris. You may help me. The one that they signed here just a week or two ago.
Drake.
He's not a bad running back.
No,
he's a pretty serviceable running back. I don't know if he's.
They signed another one too. I can't remember his name.
I don't know if Drake could be a guy that runs the ball 25 times a game.
Did they sign somebody else? I can't remember his name now.
I think Moss was going to fit in good, but then of course he got hurt.
And who knows what's going on with Taylor, because Steichen talked like he thought Taylor would be back in the building next week, and then Taylor made a tweet with like eyeball emojis, like kind of like, who told you that? So who knows what's going to happen with that. If he ends up sitting out the season, I think that's a big mistake. But
I think so too. Well, even if he sits out the season, the Colts still have control of him.
Which I'm glad the Colts did get him out of the building. If you're not participating, you're trying to build a new culture and everything, and you got everybody bought in. You don't want somebody there that's not bought in, and that could maybe start getting people, you know what I mean, to try to not to be bought in, be more on his side. So I'm kind of glad they did. He's out of the building and he's not the focal point, but they got to figure out something.
I like the fact that they was at least talking to Kareem Hunt. I mean, they're trying to have a backup plan. Now, whether they get Hunt, I know Saints were interested in Hunt too.
Yeah. I want them signing that other guy. I don't know if they'll still go after Hunt or not.
Who's the other guy?
I can't remember the guy's name now. It wasn't like a big name. But they did sign another running back.
I did check out the Reds are a half game out of the wild card now. Tied with the Chicago half game out from Miami. Losing that Miami series was kind of big. We needed to
especially when
win that.
We had chances to win those games.
Yeah.
But got a pretty good slate of games today. I was 2-2 on baseball yesterday, and 1-1 on my two preseason picks I gave out.
I was 3-1. I guess I got to quit picking against Washington because every time I pick against Washington, I get my butt kicked. Washington's got a pretty good offense. It's the pitching.
Against Washington. Washington got beat yesterday.
No, that was which one did I lose? Oh no, it wasn't that one. It was Tampa Bay. I lost.
Okay.
St. Louis. Yeah, it was Tampa Bay.
I had the Rays too. I lost.
Yeah,
I had missed that
one.
one. I'll say the Phillies beat the Nationals. Yeah, I had the Rays against the Cardinals, and that didn't work out. It didn't work out very good for me yesterday.
I'm gonna answer this question for Damon real quick. Damon, Triple H is leaving the board of directors because there's going to be a new board of directors, but he is still charged of talent. From everything I'm reading, that Bray Wyatt could be back anytime. Is what I'm reading. They say he could be back anytime. Article I read, if it was true, they said that whatever happened was actually whatever sickness he had was actually at one point life threatening. Was one of the articles I read, but yes, he's still at this time supposed to be in charge of talent. So I think if Bray wants to be there, and if they got something for him, I think that's the key. If they got something for him, it's going to work.
Well, I mean, they might have had something that was going to work. They were going a little slow with it. Then that stuff happened. So
they said they was getting ready to debut a new Wyatt family, and then he got whatever happened. So I don't know. And you hear all kinds of things. You don't know what the truth is.
Okay. Yeah, I got a pretty good slate of game. First game now I like is going to be why they're in a different order, but that'll be all right. The Minnesota Twins at the Philadelphia Phillies. The Phillies are 1.5 run favorites. They're minus 164 on the money line. The Twins are plus 138 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 9.5 runs. The Twins are 60-57 on the season. They will have, and of course, that disappeared right there. So the Twins are 2-3 over the last 5 games. They're hitting .237 as a team on the season with a 3.87 team ERA. They'll have Kuchel on the mound tonight, who is 0-0 with a 1.80 ERA. The Phillies are 64-52 on the season. They will have Sanchez on the mound, who's 0-3 with a 3.44 ERA. Phillies are 4-1 over their last 5 games, hitting .255 as a team on the season with a 3.96 team ERA. I like the Phillies on the money line here. Phillies have been playing some good baseball here as of late.
Yeah.
Next game for me, Athletics at the Nationals. The Athletics are 1.5 run favorites, minus 108 on the money line. Nationals are minus 108 on the money line. This game's basically a pick 'em. Over-unders at 9 runs. Athletics are 33-82 on the season. 15-41. It don't even look right when you look at it. I mean,
it's like laughing at the Athletics. Come on.
I compared them to a little league team earlier on the afternoon show. I compared them to watching Little League baseball.
That's not right. You should be laughing at.
It's hard not to, but they're 15-41 on the road. They are. They have Blackburn on the mound tonight, 2-2 with a 4.35 ERA. The Athletics are 3-2 over their last 5, hitting .222 as a team on the season with a 3.77 team ERA. The Nationals are 50-66 on the season, 22-34 at home. They will have Adone on the mound tonight. He's 1-0 with a 4.91 ERA. Nationals are 2-3 over their last 5, hitting .258 as a team on the season with a 4.91 team ERA. I'm going with the Nationals on the money line here. Next game, Cincinnati Reds, Pittsburgh Pirates. The Reds are 1.5 run favorites on the road. That's changed because earlier they were plus 1.5.
Well, when I looked at earlier, they were favorites. Mm-hmm. When I looked earlier, Yeah, this morning they were favorites.
Yeah,
On
last
the side
night they
I was
were.
on. On the side I was on this morning, they were the favorites.
But they are 1.5 run favorites, minus 104 on the money line. Pirates are minus 112 on the money line. Over unders at 9 runs. The Reds are 60 and 57 on the season, 31 and 26 on the road. They will have Abbott on the mound tonight. Abbott's 6 and 3 with a 2.93 ERA. Reds are 1 and 4 over their last 5, hitting 250 as a team on the season with a 4.83 team ERA. The Pirates 52 and 63 on the season, 28 and 30 at home. They will have Oviedo on the mound tonight. He's 6 and 11 with a 4.18 ERA. Pirates are 3 and 2 over their last 5, hitting 237 as a team on the season with a 4.55 team ERA. I like the Reds here on the money line. Abbott's been one of our better pitchers, even though he didn't have a very good start his last time out. But he's been one of our most consistent pitchers that we've had, other than Ashcraft's really turned it on here lately. But I like the Reds at the money line. Look for the Reds.
You say Abbott?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I just worry about him because he's in territory he's not been in before with the innings. But yeah, he's been strong for us.
All right, next game. Detroit Tigers, Boston Red Sox. The Red Sox are 1.5 run favorites, minus 142 on the money line. Tigers are plus 120 on the money line. Over-unders at 9 runs. Tigers are 52 and 63 on the season. They will have Screwball on the mound. He's 2 and 1 with a 3.67 ERA. Tigers are 3 and 2 over their last 5 games, hitting 235 as a team on the season with a 4.47 team ERA. The Red Sox are 60 and 55 on the season. They will have Sell on the mound, who is 5 and 2 with a 4.58 ERA. Red Sox are 3 and 2 over the last 5, hitting 261 as a team on the season with a 4.35 team ERA. I like the Red Sox here on the money line. Red Sox have been playing pretty good ball at home. Next game, Los Angeles Angels at the Houston Astros. The Astros are 1.5 run favorites, minus 178 on the money line. Angels are plus 150 on the money line. Over-unders at 8.5 runs. The Angels are 58 and 58 on the season, 27 and 30 on the road. You have Detmers on the mound for the Angels, who's 2 and 8 with a 4.78 ERA. Angels are 2 and 3 over their last 5 games, hitting 254 as a team on the season with a 4.41 team ERA. The Astros 66 and 50 on the season, 31 and 25 at home. They will have Verlander on the mound tonight, who is 6 and 6 with a 3.11 ERA. Astros are 3 and 2 over their last 5 games, hitting 249 as a team. 249 as a team on the season with a 3.80 team ERA. I like the Astros here over the Angels. And in my last game of the night, Texas Rangers at the San Francisco Giants. The Rangers are 1.5 run favorites on the road, minus 108 on the money line. Giants are minus 108 on the money line as well. This game's a pick 'em. Over-unders at 8.5 runs. The Rangers are 68 and 47 on the season, 28 and 27 on the road. They will have Gray on the mound, who's 7 and 5 with a 3.72 ERA. Rangers are 4 and 1 over their last 5, hitting 271 as a team on the season with a 4.06 team ERA. The Giants are 62 and 53 on the season, 33 and 24 at home. On the mound for the Giants is Alexander. He's 6 and 2 with a 4.01 ERA. Giants are 1 and 4 over their last 5 games, hitting 239 as a team on the season with a 3.87 team ERA. I like the Rangers in this game on the money line. So my picks for today: Phillies money line, Nationals money line, Reds money line, Red Sox on the money line, Astros money line, and the Texas Rangers on the money line.
Okay, well, my picks for tonight for Major League Baseball, I have Cleveland at Tampa Bay. I'll take Tampa Bay money line. I got the Yankees at Miami. I'll take Miami money line. I got Cincinnati money line at Pittsburgh, Minnesota at Philadelphia, Philadelphia money line, Atlanta money line at the Mets, and Colorado at the Dodgers. I'll take the Dodgers money line. And you was talking about some of the starting pitchers and stuff, and got to thinking, all these pitchers that the Reds let go, got rid of, traded, let go, didn't sign, whatever, didn't sign back, all having pretty good years. Miley having a good year. Gray's having a good year. Castillo's having a good year. Lorenzen just pitched a no-hitter.
Yeah.
And has pitched really well for them in his first two starts.
Oh, yeah. He pitched real good for Philly in his first two starts.
If he keeps pitching like that for Philadelphia, Philadelphia could be a problem for some of them teams.
Yeah. Yeah, Philadelphia is playing pretty good right now. And if them guys are pitching well, but you also have to look at if we still had all those guys, we wouldn't have
I know
a lot of the young guys we have on our team either. So it's
I'm not saying
I wish they wouldn't have traded all of them.
That's
and the Reds pitching staff might look a little different too if we wouldn't have some injuries. Because I think Hunter Green would be having a pretty good season right now.
If Green stayed healthy and Lodelo stayed healthy, Lodelo was pitching well till he started having some issues, and I think it was an injury, and then he went down. I would like to think that we would have a few more wins right now. Even if it was 4 or 5 more wins, I think we would.
Well, we should have a few more wins right now. Anyway,
yeah. Well, a lot of the stuff that was going good for us, 6 weeks ago, are going against us now. So hopefully we can change that. Get back on track.
And we got to start hitting the ball.
Yeah. Month of July, since the All-Star break, we batted 228, Chris. That's not going to
yeah. That's what I'm saying. We got to start hitting the ball. Pitching hasn't.
And our strikeouts are.
I see a lot of people online. Everybody want to blame it on the pitching. It ain't been all pitching. The pitching hasn't been terrible, really, other than the Cubs series that we got hammered during the Cubs series. That's going to happen sometimes.
Yes.
But if you look overall, pitching hasn't been terrible since the All-Star break, where that's what's costing us all the games.
No, and our relief has let us down here recently, last couple games, but they've been, for the most part, they've been good.
Yeah,
pretty good.
And that's going to happen sometimes too.
You're not going to.
And I mean, you're going to hit a hitting slump sometimes, but we got to get out of it. And hopefully, our manager maybe makes a few changes and tries something to get him out, change it up a little bit, get him out of that funk.
Well, he did that at one point, and it worked. But he's sticking with what he originally changed. I think he needs to go back and change things a little bit, just a little bit. Maybe not a lot.
I think some of it could be that, but my thing is whether you bat first, fourth, ninth, fifth, it don't change that you're swinging at bad pitches. And if you watch Deli Cruz over the last 2 or 3 weeks, he's swinging at a lot of bad pitches.
He is.
And he's not the only one. Don't get me wrong. He's not the only one. But I hear that's the big thing. Well, they need to move Deli Cruz back to third or to fourth because he was hitting the ball a lot better. We were playing a lot better ball until they moved him to. It don't matter what position you're batting if you're swinging at bad pitches.
Yeah,
and he's swinging at a lot of pitches in the dirt right now.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I just like to see him get somebody back up at the front.
Now, do I think they should?
More contact.
No, don't get me wrong. I think they should move. I think they should make a change there. Yeah. But I'm not going to sit here and blame all of Deli Cruz struggling a little bit on because he moved because he got moved.
Steer one at one time.
Friedel.
Okay.
Steer might have been up there a little bit, but Friedel was the one that was there after they moved India. It was Friedel.
Yeah.
And I liked Friedel up there. I thought Friedel was doing a good job up there. And I get why you move some guys around and stuff. But I just hear all these people that act like that's the main reason that Dela Cruz has been struggling. Well, if you're struggling that bad just because you got moved a couple spots in the batting order, there's bigger problems.
Yeah. And another thing that's changed too is that we were really stealing a lot of bases, and teams are now keying on that, and they've slowed that down.
And we've
slowed that down, and we're not getting on bases.
And I said this the other day, and I think this is why our batting averages went down. I think the guys are going up there looking for home runs where we wasn't earlier in the year.
Yeah, we're hitting a lot of fly balls, like 20 feet from the wall or stuff, and it look like they're trying to hit it out. Man, we just
That's
need
what I
base
mean.
hits.
It didn't seem like we were doing that earlier in the year. And I mentioned this, and this ain't the first time I mentioned. I mentioned this last week. I think we're trying to hit too many home runs.
I noticed that after you said that. The last few games I've watched, man, I've seen a lot of hits to the warning track, man.
Yeah, and earlier in the year we were getting 2 or 3 base hits in a row to score runs. We were manufacturing runs, add some stolen bases, some bunts. Now it's like everybody's getting up there trying to hit the ball out of the park, and when you hit the ball out of the park, it's awesome. But when you don't, you get the opposing pitcher strikes out 11 or 12 guys and retires 12 or 13 guys in a row. Next thing you know, you're in the 8th inning. Their pitcher's only thrown 60 pitches, and you're down a couple runs, and you haven't got to their bullpen because you ain't making the guys throw pitches.
One game where we scored 4 runs early. The pitcher, they retired us like 15, 16 batters in a row, and they caught us and beat us.
Actually, I think both those games against the Marlins that we lost was like that. We scored some runs early, and then after that they retired like 12 to 15 batters in a row, and a lot of them fly balls to the wall. A lot of fly balls at the wall.
With the position now, just down the wild card and 2.5 first, we're in good position still. We just got to start winning series. I mean, there's 47 games left. Start winning.
Still have a chance to
chance to win the division. I mean,
that's some a little bit of baseball. Hopefully, get back on the road again. So baseball season's long. You just have to hope you don't have too many of them. They're a real long one.
This one's been a long time. What's going to happen?
And one thing that I have a little bit of internet trouble. It's like, one thing that helped us is the Brewers playing lights out. But, I mean, they've lost. So.
But the Cubs have got right back in it.
Yeah, I think they got hot after the All-Star break, but are they? You know, what I mean, are they going to be able to stay hot? So I mean, you just never know. It's going to be interesting. What was there? Anything else you wanted to talk about today?
No, not really. People out there might want to check out. I don't know if people out there that's got FUBU tonight. If you have never checked out bare knuckle fighting, it's on FUBU now. I don't think there's any extra charge or anything. It should be some good fights. It's really entertaining. So you might check it out around 8 or 9 o'clock. I think 8 is when the prelim starts. So from what I understand, as long as you have FUBU, you can watch it.
A lot of NFL preseason on tonight, baseball, Little League baseball. There's quite a few things. Quite a few things on tonight.
Yeah, I'm real interested in SmackDown to see where they're going with the Jay and Jimmy story. So that should be interesting. So I'm gonna be checking that out too.
Yeah, that should be interesting. We will be at a wrestling show tomorrow. Don't know if we'll be live yet or not. So we'll if not, we'll be airing that one day, probably next week or something. We got to see what's all going on with that. We're going to be at a new place. Don't know what the internet situation is there. And then don't forget Monday we have GWR Monday evening at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. If you missed GWR this last Monday, go check it out. You can find it on our Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter pages, all at Gonzo Sports Room and the ASAP All Sports All Plays Network. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room and at the ASAP All Sports All Plays Network. Check us out on Facebook at Gonzo Sports Room. Please like and follow. Share. We'd greatly appreciate it. But this has been Easy Money, the sports betting show. We'll be back on Monday with another episode. Hopefully, everybody has a good week on their bets. Maybe win some money this weekend. My picks, just to recap real quick. I'm going Phillies money line, Nationals money line, Reds money line, Red Sox money line, Astros money line, and the Rangers on the money line. Only have like 27 days before regular season NFL games. A few less than that for college, regular season college games be coming up. Week 0 be coming up here pretty quick. So we'll start giving out some picks for college football and NFL. But we appreciate everybody joining us, and we will see you guys on Monday.